Hello everyone and welcome to our final thoughts on Conker Live and Reloaded. Recently we finished doing a full playthrough of this game on original hardware. Took us 10 hours, 15 minutes to get through the entire thing. But I wanted to stop in and just give a couple thoughts I had on the game, just some highlights here and there, things I enjoyed, things I thought could have been done better, how much it showed its age, stuff like that. And if you didn't know, Conker Live and Reloaded is a remake of a game called Conker's Bad Fur Day, which actually came out in 2001 for the N64. It was then, oh boy, it was then re-released, part of the Rare Replay in 2000, or no, excuse me. It was re-released as Live and Reloaded in 2005 for the classic Xbox, which is what we did our full playthrough on. With original hardware, Duke controller and all. Overall, great game. Looks beautiful. Stop wandering, Conker. Need to replace this controller. If you look around, the graphics are beautiful. Conker's tail is all swishy and stuff. Like, it's so nice. Overall, comedy holds up really well. I don't recommend playing it with a Duke, just because it'll murder your hands. Like, my hands have finally recovered, and here I am recording this video once again with a Duke. Overall, comedy's great. Does a lot of like slapstick, breaking the third wall, fourth wall. For instance, these B buttons that are context sensitive is what they're called. So they all look the same, but they do different things depending on where they are and what needs to actually happen. Similar to like a point and click adventure where, like, oh, you've got this item, well, it's only useful if you use it in this one area. The game's full of just references to other media and other forms of entertainment. One of the final bosses, you literally fight the alien from Alien. Like, for real, it bursts out of the king's chest and then you fight it in the very same way that you fight Bowser in Super Mario 64, so that's kind of interesting. What are you playing, Conker? Playing a fake PSP? Or SP? Clever. Let's see. Couple things that annoyed me is it's got a lot of those old tropes that games back in the day used to have, where it would be hard for no reason. Like, you come across a part, it's like, it doesn't really tell you what you need to do. You just kind of gotta beat your head against it until you figure out what's going on. In particular, there's a tank section towards the end of the game that doesn't really tell you what you need to do. It just kind of expects you to figure it out. They did add right stick support, which is nice. They have the weirdest thing though, where you can click left thumbstick to jump instead of hitting A, which, to be honest, is kind of nice because most of the Xbox controllers I have, the A button is kind of worn out. One thing I don't like is these worms. First of all, these worms suck. They'll just pick you up and throw you off, and later on there's a point where you can't actually avoid them unless you know they're there. This guy, you gotta find a certain amount of money for him, and we definitely do not have enough. But there's no way to figure out where the money is, you just kind of gotta find it. So I actually ended up having to look up a guide halfway through the playthrough to figure out where it was. And that took a while and added maybe 2 hours to the entire playthrough, which sucks. Kind of crappy. Overall, great game. They did censor it though. If you didn't know, Conker's Bad Fur Day was created by Rare, the creators of Banjo-Kazooie, Banjo-Tooie, things, other games like that. So very kiddie, comedy type games. And if you look at this, it looks very cartoonish, very kid-oriented. But in reality, like, there's a lot of other stuff going on. Like, there's a flower you have to get laid. There's other just adult themes. You start off hungover and drunk, so you gotta find a way to get undrunk. Let's see, what else do we got here? Oh, The Great Mighty Pooh was censored, which is kind of annoying, because that was a great song, but now it's got a lot of just fart noises in it, instead of cusses.
Stop doing that. You're gonna go blind.
Go blind? We might go blind, who knows? If you do decide to play this, I recommend playing the Rare Replay version of it. You can actually play it like on an actual console that's got a decent controller, because the Duke is not a good controller. Also, classic Xboxes aren't as easy to get a hold of as they used to be back when they were on just store shelves everywhere. It's a good game overall. I enjoyed it. I had a good time playing through it. There were some rage moments, but overall, I liked it. Multiplayer seemed like it may be alright. There's a couple other parts towards the end of the game where they just kind of ramp the difficulty for no reason. For instance, there's a section where you got to go through a bunch of trip mines. Well, there's really no way to avoid these trip mines unless you do exactly what they want you to, but there's almost no way to know for sure what they want you to do or how to get through them. So I ended up just kind of tanking my health and hoping I didn't get hit later, and it worked. It wasn't very good. Got this bat instead of a frying pan this time, which is kind of nice. Lots of jokes to the first game, so if you've played through the original and you go back and play through this one, you'll see a lot of similarities, but then also a lot of little things that are like, huh, that should have worked. Worked last time. Check the script. Literally pulls out the script and checks it. Goes, yeah, you're supposed to fall off here. Goes, yeah, well, the developers would have thought this would have been better. Just to kind of show that the game's different and all. Like, little stuff like that, which is really clever. Shows they had a bit of a sense of humor. I wish they had changed some of the mechanics more, just to make it a little bit more streamlined. But to be fair, this remake was done when games were still kind of trying to figure things out. Like, Halo was just coming out and just figured out how to do first-person controls better. There's lots of little things that just could have been better. But overall, great game. I highly recommend it. Unfortunately, most of the videos for the actual playthrough have been lost to time, so we can't really go back and watch those again. But hey, if you've got an Xbox One, pick up the Rare Replay. Play it. It's a great buy. There's a lot of games on there anyway. A lot of good games on there. But yeah, I hope this was informative to you if you're on the fence about this game that's almost 20 years old at this point. But anyway, thanks very much for watching. If you enjoyed it, I stream regularly on Twitch, twitch.tv/CubeSlayer, Qubeslayer. I think I spelled that right. And yeah, anyway, thanks again. Hope you have a good one. Bye.